All right, guys, are we actually getting good news out of the biking industry? There's some news dropping this week from Kona Bikes, and it might mean that the little guys finally won. My name's Rob Sutton. I'm with Bike 198, and that's what we're covering today. So let's get at it. So guys, if you've been following this news as we have over the past couple of months, you know that Kent Outdoors has been having issues with the Kona brand since they bought them a couple of years ago. A lot of this has to do with just excess inventory that they had on the books from the COVID years that is really expensive and they want to get off their books. So financially, they were going through a lot of issues, which led them to that massive sale that didn't really mean a lot of sense, as well as going direct to consumer on the website for Kona Bikes, which really upset a lot of local bike shops. So what has actually been happening this past week? Well, the old owners of Kona Bikes have gotten the brand back from Kent Outdoors. They incorporated a new brand called Kona Bicycles out of Delaware, and they acquired all of the inventory and brand name back from Kent Outdoors so they could start their new, what they call the third version of Kona Bikes. And then yesterday, Jake and Ken actually wrote an open letter to the industry through Bicycle Retailer that we'll cover now. So if you want to read the entire thing, I will actually link it down in the description below with all the supporting information about everything that is going on. But here's the general highlights. He goes through the entire history of how they actually started Kona Bikes starting back in 1988. And if you guys know, Kona Bikes was a big player in the free ride scene very early on with bikes like the Stinky. So a couple of years ago, they did sell out to Kent Outdoors. And what they're explaining is they were hoping that Kent Outdoors would keep that brand alive in the manner of which it was conceived. And obviously, over that period of time, that did not happen. They are saying, as quote, "We stepped away from the business 3 years ago. We felt the next version of Kona would continue to grow and flourish with time. Recent history proved us wrong. And everyone in the cycling world knows how difficult the past 18 months have become." So ring the bell and chime in the third chapter of the Kona Bicycle Company. A little older, who we hope a little wiser, a little bruised and battered, but still kicking, ready to take on what's next in our story. The team kept the flame alive, is smaller but stronger, and the bikes that started development before the pandemic are ready to rumble. We stand here humbled by the support of you that have cheered on the good name of Kona. So guys, it's great to hear. They actually got back the brand name that they had built since the beginning in 1988 away from Kent Outdoors, who was looking to offload the brand anyway. This really came to a head a couple weeks ago at Sea Otter when they built up their display tent just to tear it back down before Sea Otter even started, and then announced about 48 hours later that they were looking for a buyer for Kona Bikes. So it looks like Dan and Jake were able to figure out something with Kent Outdoors to actually take all of that back in. Now, there are a couple variables here that need to be explained and the liability that they actually took on. First off, the first thing that they did as soon as they got control of the brand was got rid of the direct-to-consumer model and is taken completely off the website. If you go to one of the bikes on the website right now, you see go to your dealer for more information. So all of this thing about the massive sales and everything else they were doing on the website are completely shut down. And they actually came out and made a statement that said they are going to stay away from those tactics in the future. Now, one of the things they did take on right now is a lot of overseas inventory that has not even been delivered yet. They did address this issue by saying they're probably going to be offloading that inventory at discounts to dealers and distributors to get these through their network instead of trying to sell them out directly through their website. And then also when they addressed the inventory concerns, they did say they were in a position to give better discounts to their dealers to get those bikes offloaded. What that tells me is that they actually bought this from Kent Outdoors not on dollar-to-dollar value. They probably got this at a discount given the current marketplace, as that inventory is not valued the same as it would have been during COVID. So they're able to transfer those discounts to their dealer network and actually get these bikes out on the market for a more reasonable price. They did say, as quoted, "We'll never do a BOGO sale again, so don't ask. But we promise to offer good value for good money always." And then the last kind of fun aspect of this is the guys are bringing back some of their previous employees that were let go by Kent or left during that process. So they really are trying to bring the culture back to Kona Bikes as we're used to seeing in the past. So guys, I want to hear what you think down in the comment section below. Is this something that you see as exciting for the bicycle industry? Do you see this actually working out? Because there is some risk that they are taking on here by taking on all of that inventory that Kent Outdoors built up. I want to hear what you think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to Bike 198 for more videos like this in the future. And until then, on to the next one. Thanks guys, see ya.